Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is The Dark Reflection. Tonight, our scene is going to take place in the spoils of war, the Michigan Central Station of Detroit. Our scene is going to start with one Shiloh, who was recently there, and he's coming back to just investigate and see what else maybe he can find in the place, and hearing that this would be the new heart of the city for the Sabbat. I guess maybe he wants to just make sure he knows what's going on. So let's go to our character, see what thoughts are provoking him.
Shiloh is essentially not nervous, but definitely on a mission as he is contemplating what he's going to say. Shiloh has recently stumbled upon important information, probably why he was so secretive about what he found and what exactly he understood was on that book he had. This could probably put the Sabbat in a favorable position. And not too much agreeing or openly his adamant hatred is a good word for the way a certain Tremere Anti-Tribute handled himself during the investigation. It was more the open display of obvious weakness that he disapproved of. And with that, Shiloh believes that more to his obvious climb for power, perhaps he should do something more humble, do something for the Sept, and not delve into his first reaction. So that's where his mind is at right now.
Okay, as Shiloh, tell us, how are you arriving to Michigan Station?
Uh, Shiloh is going through the normal way. He will drive.
All right, so when you drive to the station, you'll pull up to this boarded up fence. Mostly it looks like a construct of plywood and studs, but you see that there's a metal gate, the kind that will scroll to the side. You'll see two gentlemen. You'll probably recognize them from the Church of the Archbishop. They'll give you a nod, recognizing that you're definitely one of them, familiar face. And you can just speed into the parking lot. And as you cross the parking lot, you see a small smattering of cars, maybe like 3 or 4 you can point out. And as you arrive, you'll see that there are a couple of bodies coming back and forth from the church. You might actually even recognize Mac is there. Like he's offloading some shit from a U-Haul.
Obviously, Shiloh will kind of give Mac a dap, smile, laugh at him.
Yeah.
And just kind of make his way on in.
Mac will give you a nod. Be like, yo, what up, homie? What's good? What's good? But as you enter the place, you don't see that there's that many people actually inside. So you might put together that this is a first wave, a skeleton crew. You will recognize Freddy, who is allowing himself to be seen in all of his monstrous glory. He's just look like he's taking notes and sizing up the place a little bit. There's also find some other Nosferatu. You might think that they're all in the same pack of broodmates of some sort. And you'll also see, sorry, let me just bring up his picture. You'll see this gentleman. Now, it looks like he's making signs and he's talking to himself as he touches the entrance of the door. And you notice that at the doorway, but you'll notice these metal gates have been kind of damaged. It looks like they've been like pried open by brute force.
Hmm.
But it's open for you to walk in.
Shiloh will walk in and allow, not basically demand attention or an audience. He'll just kind of politely wait for the Priskers to acknowledge him.
Yes, the Priscus will look at you as as he realizes someone's kind of looking at him or just in the general vicinity. So,
Hmm.
ah, good evening, my son. How are you? Thank you for coming.
Well, absolutely. Shiloh will fish into his back pocket. I found something amongst the wreckage, and I believe it will be important for our advancement. I didn't think it prudent to just leave it in the rubble and the ash, so I took it upon myself to deliver it to you personally. Um, he will fish it out and hand it over.
The Priscus will smile. He'll take it in hands, start leafing through the book. Ah, this is wonderful. If only I could truly appreciate what all of this means. I'm not the man of science, you must understand.
Shiloh will smile and, if I may,
Go on.
this is a book essentially dealing with the fact that our enemies, these individuals that have gotten military grade equipment, have knowledge of vampiric blood. They have knowledge of us, our condition, and this could be used against us. They're definitely aware. They're well organized, and um, from my days walking and doing as a mortal, a lot of the equipment around here is military grade. They're organized. Um, I won't say that hunters are present or that they may or may not be looking for us, but I err on the side of precaution that you should be made aware and proper arrangements should be made. Um, Normally I would just go to the bishop or the archbishop, but this is something for you to personally know. I didn't want to make any decisions that you didn't approve of.
Oh, well, thank you, my son. I appreciate your consideration. But understand, I am just here as an advisor. I'm glad that you appreciate my ability to counsel. I will look this over and make it aware to the Archbishop what I think may be most prudent. I notice you have an appreciation for discretion.
Absolutely.
That is a quality many Canaanites are missing this night.
I believe certain individuals are far too loose-lipped and very much so vying for positions of power in very obvious and sloppy ways.
Indeed, things are a little bit more of an emergency than your leadership may let on. Or maybe they simply do not know or care not to know. These alchemists, forgive me, that is what I think is the most memorable kind of way to put what we call these days scientists. Yes,
Hmm.
then looking into our properties of blood, I can tell you, it's not really anything new. They just have more advanced gadgets to do it with. What if I told you that, as I said, none of this is new?
Hmm.
This has happened before.
I would say nothing. I would listen to your counsel.
Well, Shiloh, let me ask you a question. How
Sure.
far, how far are you willing to go to protect the bot?
Nothing given is ever free, and I believe that the freedom that the Sabbat stands for is worth dying for.
Good. A man in your position, that is what you should believe. And a man in my position, if I am of right virtue and good mind, will try to do everything I can to make sure that your willing sacrifice does not go in vain or does not come to that. It seems that there's a matrix of enemies we've had in the past that seem to be working together. There were agents of the Camarilla here that Mac found, had encountered upstairs. So this goes far beyond just some thuggish Setites. And with the military, well, what does that expression you kids use these days? A clusterfuck? Yes?
You'll nod.
That is what we have, a clusterfuck. It seems people are trying to just fuck us. The military is willing to work with vampires, but doesn't seem that they're willing to work with us. I'm not surprised, though. There was a time in the city that the military made its presence.
I see.
There is another Canaanite that has come to me with relative information. A Father Cobras who has been looking into the matter. If I were you, I would try to work with him. Although, I would advise that you keep to yourself what you may know or discerned is willing to let others know. Your best own discretion. Even myself, it was good that you delivered this to me. But I must say, there have been disloyal Sabbat in the recent years. Now, I do not come here in the name of position, but I believe every Sabbat's duty to weed out those who are not of faith.
Mm.
Does not strike you that one day these mortals, these thugs not like the Setites, they found our breeding pits, our mass embraces? Who let them know? Who told them? Who helped them?
Well, interesting things. Things that need to be discovered and discussed.
Indeed. There are two gentlemen that have come into the city recently. Excuse me. Hey, Lawrence. Sorry, this is a private scene. I had accidentally put it in the group chat. If you need a scene later, just message me, and I'll give you one as soon as I'm done. So, I'm sorry. Where was I?
You were talking about the actually you were kind of like going on and I kind of lost track of what you were saying. Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, the archer said, yeah, there's two gentlemen
Mm.
have made their way into the city. They are professionals in what they do, brothers in good standing.
Right.
I think I should introduce you to them. They are following a line of investigation that may help us secure our own defenses from brothers who would betray us.
Indeed.
Priscus will lead you upstairs a few flights. And understand that this is a very tall building for a train station. It used to house many offices and the switch rooms and the communication rooms for most of the greater Detroit. Um, and he'll lead you into one of these offices. It looks very dingy, very dusty. Place hasn't been used in quite a long time. A lot of the fixtures are missing. You may even notice that the Priscus kind of waves his hands as shadows push back, kind of to make this strange non-absence of shadow kind of light appear.
Hmm.
And he'll take you into office, and you'll see two gentlemen sitting down across the table. Looks like they're playing cards. You recognize them. It's John Earl and Leroy.
Hmm.
Priscus will knock on the door. Excuse me, brothers. May I introduce to you Shiloh? I believe this is a man of confidence that could help you in your endeavors and for the greater good of the spot. And he'll just gesture you inside.
Shiloh will cross his arms and lean against the wall, sizing both men up.
John Earl will look at you, say, "Oh, hey, Shiloh. We know this guy. We saw him the other night. Thank
He'll
you."
kind of put his two fingers on his head and kind of like a hello fashion.
I'm sorry. What was that?
He'll kind of put his fingers on his head and kind of give him a hey, what's up, hello fashion kind of thing.
Right, right. Uh, you'll see that the Priscus will take his leave, and he'll just say, "I'll leave you men to it." Um, yeah. So John Earl will get up and cross the room. He'll just shake your hand. So, tell me a little bit about yourselves, Shiloh. Sorry, we may have gotten off on the wrong start the other night.
You do your job and I do mine. He just smiles, like in a not in a fuck you kind of way, but in a more it's kind of don't apologize for doing your job kind of thing. Like,
No, you understand. Okay. Uh, see him pace back and forth. Hey, you want to play a game of cards?
sure. What's your game?
Texas Hold'em. You familiar?
Of course.
Good job. And yeah, he'll grab a seat for you. You'll sit down, and across from Leroy. He'll deal out the cards. So, Shiloh,
Mm,
the other night I asked you about your cousin Mustafa. I think we
yeah.
can. I think we can drop the charade. I know you ain't got no cousin Mustafa. You know,
Shadow will just laugh at him. Well, duh.
I know you ain't got no cousin Mustafa,
Hmm.
but I do know you got a cousin named Daniel. And what I mean by cousin, I ain't talking about your previous family. I'm talking about the
Hmm.
one you were second born into.
No, shake his head. I didn't tell you that part. You must be really good at your job.
Of course, you didn't tell me that. Oh, maybe you didn't even know. These kind of terms of relations. I call you brother. You may call me brother, just because we're in the spot. But when we call each other cousins and uncles and shit like that, I mean, we're talking about the blood relation.
I get you.
Yeah. So, Shiloh, I take it you're one of those very vaunted angels of Cain, right? From the Assamites.
If you want to get all classy, fancy, then yeah, I'm one of them. I'm a strong black man. He'll kind of laugh.
That's a good thing to be proud of. Those Assamites, they've been with the Sabbat since the beginning. Done a lot of good work for us.
He'll just kind of like nod matter of factly, hoping you have a point.
All right, John, stop jerking the guy off. Listen, Shiloh, seriously though,
Mm,
There's a relation you have. Asaya's broodmate's kid, basically.
Mm-hmm.
He was once a Sabat. Matter of fact, he was once part of our pack. Then, when shit was supposed to go down on the East Coast, he up and disappeared.
You think he's a traitor?
Think he's a traitor. I know that fucking rat bastard is a traitor. Because when you're given a
Oh.
job to do in our pack, you do it. Or you end up dead. Not because we kill you, not because we don't like you, but obviously because you fucked up.
It's
Because
part of the job, I get it.
we put so much faith in our brothers that the only other reason that if you're still alive and you haven't done your job is because you're a rat bastard.
Makes sense.
Good. I'm glad you got them. So listen. This cousin of yours, have you ever met him? Have you ever heard from him?
He'll Shiloh kind of do the math in his head and, answer his question.
Well, I've character. What's your question? What's your answer?
He'll say that yes, he knows who you're talking about. Have I ever met him? Out of character, who's he referring to?
Just to make believe cousin that you may have. I mean, technically, if you have a sire, your sire may be part of a brood. His brood may. Yeah, you know.
Gotcha. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
He'll just say, yeah, I know him. Yeah, I know him pretty well.
Well, look, we were wondering, maybe a familiar face, someone who he thinks he has a relation with, one that goes deeper than the pack. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe you could help us flush him out.
So you need me as bait. Let's just cut the bullshit.
That is a way to put it.
Mhm.
Give me one sec. Leroy. Don't. Look, Shiloh. It's not like we need you as bait. I mean, listen, if you could put the motherfucker down, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
But it would serve our ends if you brought him back alive.
Ooh, that is tricky and expensive, Shiloh will just say. I specialize in taking things down and leaving them down.
All right. So, kid, what do you think you need?
Preparation and time is always a good thing. Are those things that are readily available or no?
Well, we have an idea of where he might be. And we don't want to scare our prey, off the reservation just yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we give you the address that we think he might be, maybe you can survey it, lay out a plan for yourself. Because if he sees us coming, he knows the fucking end is coming.
I'm sure you've already done your preliminary observations.
Of course.
What do you already know?
We have this address. It's a hotel. It's down near the outskirts of Detroit. I'm sorry, I don't have an address ready, but he'll relay it to you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll go inside of this desk that you guys have been playing on. Put him in a little envelope. He'll show you some photos out of it. What you see is looks like a project building, and it looks kind of like any normal projects. You'll see it actually to you what will strike you out. These are aerial fucking photo shots.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You'll see those, and you'll also see some profiles, looking at the side of the buildings. All right. So this is the place. Now, these houses right here, it'll say the Lafayette houses. We'll call it that. Fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah. So these Lafayette houses here. Now, we estimate that there may be up to about a good 1,500 people there. And the gentleman matching and there are a few people that match the description of your cousin, maybe about 6 of them. It's strange to say that couldn't make an exact positive ID. I would like to get in there close myself, but we're relying on safe surveillance here. We were going to send someone else in, but perhaps we leave this to you. So, there is a police station not too far away from there. We tested their response time. Luckily, the kind of lazy bastards, 18 minutes average.
Okay. Is it a high profile? Is it a high profile area? As in, do cops frequent the area?
It's a high crime rate area. Yeah, so you might have a lot of patrols, but it ain't nothing fancy. If anything, these cops may not get out of their cars.
That is interesting. As Shiloh licks his lips. Tricky, tricksy.
Like I said, you got a few days on your hands. You know, you can test the place out, see what it's like, see how close you can get. Now, what else? Well, let me just ask you. Would you capture him? I mean, would you stake him, tie him up, throw him in the back of your trunk? Got any mental tricks you can do for him?
Getting out information really isn't my forte. But I am pretty good at making sure that no one will know what I'm doing. And I'm pretty good at taking down people before they know they've been taken down. I'm what you would call efficient.
That's good to know. You see, there were, and don't take this personal, there were a lot of Assamites that just up and left. I mean, we've been around the east and through the north. And we heard about a lot of Assamites that up and disappeared when the campaign on the East Coast was going down. We think such a mass movement is either A, a retaliationary strike, sleeper agents that's been in our midst the whole time, or just a mutiny. The question is, what side of the ship did they jump to?
Depends.
Say it again?
I said that depends on which Assamite you talk to.
It does, doesn't it? And that's kind of what interests us. We want to make a clearer picture of what happened, what went down. And of course, above anything, we want to lay the hammer of justice on these motherfuckers.
Are you prepared to take on Assamites, as he kind of chuckles?
Hold on. You bet your ass I'm ready. We're both ready. It's our duty.
You know what the old saying is that if you see one Assamite, you miss the other 15 in the room.
Not John Earl. Trust me. John Earl will just kind of like tip his hat.
Fair enough. He'll just kind of shrug unapologetically, like, that's a fact. And, it looks like I have my job cut out for me.
Well, listen. Once you bring him back, and we get the answers out of him, he's your capture. Fair rights to eat him if you want.
Delicious.
You see John Earl kind of chuckle. You see him almost with mouth like typical.
But everybody likes a Big Mac. He'll kind of shrug like...
All right, kid. Now, if you come up with a list of things like equipment that you may need, if it's within the realms of possibility, me and John Earl can see that we acquire it for you.
Absolutely. Do I get extra points if I can do it on my own? He'll kind of wink.
If you can do it on your own, that really impresses us. And those are points that go pretty far.
Oh boy. He'll just kind of laugh, like in the joking kind of tone, like oh boy.
Um, so what follows basically is, I mean, it's up to you. You can continue playing the game with them, chit chat, or take your leave.
He'll finish the game. He'll shoot the bullshit, and he will place a call to one of his ghouls, and he'll ask for the his IT specialist, Daniel. Uh,
Mm.
give him a call.
All right.
Uh, I need schematics on such and such an area. How many people leave, about how many residents, and a specific tenant on this floor.
All right. Tell me with his array of skills, how would he go about it?
He is a computer expert, so he would be very technical
All right.
and very much so. Think of someone kind of the way Batman speaks to Alfred, like I need this, this, and this. He will kind of just like maybe something will get transferred to his phone, like maps and layouts and stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. What's his rate in computers and his intelligence?
Since I spent a permanent dot of underworld influence, you never actually got back to me with the stats, but
Oh, I meant to give you the points to use for stat.
so you know what? Make this no hassle, no fuss. Roll a fate die, see what he comes back with.
I'll give you 3 fate dice. Let's see.
Mm,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty good.
mm,
Yeah, you get like the 2012 census of how many people approximately live there, adult males, women, kids, um, the economic layout of the place. You get a list of businesses that are in the area. You also get what looks like a realtor's kind of website that
mm,
allows you to see the insides of the Lafayette Houses property. Uh,
mm.
you also get a picture of the local police department, a name of the commander, the station's commander. I forgot what the hell they call them. I know some.
Police commissioner.
No, not the commissioner.
Well,
The sergeant of that particular station, the chief there. I forgot what they call that.
right.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. You also get a layout of the power grid, and
mm,
your Daniel will tell you he'll try to find like the pipe and sewer main lines schematics underneath that area. Yeah. Let's try again later.
he'll make note of it. With the floor that he is on, is there vacancies open in the building?
Yeah.
Sort of like the way certain buildings are set up. Is there like would I be able to see clearly, kind of like the way houses are kind of set up in New York City, where you can kind of there's one set of apartment complexes and you can kind of see like who's the neighbor on the opposite building. Like
Oh,
on.
okay. Well, okay, yeah. It looks like these houses are designed in like four towers. There's a central courtyard, um,
Hmm.
and they're from the pictures themselves, you won't really be able to determine what building is which building in relation to the address. That's something that you might have to, go there to see
Hmm.
someone to take note for you. Um, but it does look accessible. Like, that the windows, there are windows that face each other across the courtyard and, the alleyways that lead into it.
Uh, I want to say Malachi, but it's the wrong character. Shiloh will take out a piece of paper from his days as a guerrilla soldier and start, marking things, mapping things out, and start like basically start doing basically this military shorthand. And as he starts making notes like in rapid succession, so I'll go right here, 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 and here. Possible exits on the way people could go out, and he'll bite his thumb and he will look, and what I have now, probably 20% chance of success. It's not good enough. And he'll will basically mark it as the first draft. Like, don't like this plan. So, hmm, maybe if we can question some people for some Q&A, most likely get my pack involved. He will kind of click his tongue and start making a few phone calls. Rex's phone would ring.
Hello.
How you doing?
Priest here.
Solid answer. Um, listen, how good are you at talking to people?
Oh, I'd say fairly social.
And we need to at a later date sit down and talk about someone or something that is troubling me. However, it's one of those conversations where I don't want a record of it, of the conversation through traditional means.
Okay.
So, if it's all the same to you, you think you could come by the communal haven?
Sure.
And just so we don't hold Bruce up.
No, it's all right. We had a good time.
Okay. So, he will Shiloh will call a few of his retainers, and not even. He will just jump in his car and drive over to the communal haven, gated community. You know, kind of tip his hat to the security,
Hmm.
the natural security. He actually he owns the house here, so he'll go in, park the car, open the door, and kind of put his feet up on the table and wait for Rex.
Okay. I'm going to try to drive there, go through the main gate, wave at the security guard. Um, any dice rolls?
No.
No? Okay.
As soon as we have that like stuff sorted out for the STs like proper, we can go into dice rolls and stuff. But
Okay. So, you want to end scene here?
if you can wait 10 minutes, it's something I just want on kind of camera, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so let him in. So look, I'm going to be honest with you, brother. I'm involved in some shit, and with my specific set of talents, I am far able than most in this set to take out particular threats without causing a whole lot of unnecessary commotion. So, for the safety of the pack, I'm keeping you in on the loop. But the specifics, I'm not doing anything without you knowing. You're knowing exactly what I'm doing in locations. But as far as specific names, it's for your protection that you don't know the who. Is that okay?
Answer me this one thing honestly.
Sure.
And no wordplay on this.
Obviously.
Is this faction shit?
Yes.
Not set shit.
Not set shit.
That's all I need to know.
We have a traitor.
That's more than what I needed to know.
Just so you know.
I gotta ask.
But
Are they in the pack?
no.
I'm great for this. This is wonderful. Splendid. Praise
And
game
that-
past the ammunition. Who are we lighting on fire? You don't even have to tell me a name. I'm good with this. This is great.
He'll just say, like, just
I'm happy.
common courtesy, that's all.
I'm happy. Let's do this.
Shiloh will break out, he'll start explaining his thought process about about what he's planning on doing and what he's gotten so far. And he's basically letting him in on what he's doing, but the straight out specifics of it, he's being ambiguous for the protection of his pack. And right there, we can leave it with a sort of impromptu planning.
All right. If there's any thoughts Rex wants to get out, or Lawrence, if there's anything that you would like to try to accomplish in this evening on camera, I'll give you a chance to do it.
No, the only thing I'm really trying to do this day is pack-related, communal haven, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. This was The Dark Reflection. Tune in again.